Hi, my magical creatures, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is, do you have the gift of clairvoyance? So I am going to talk about like tips, kind of like what do you experience if you have the gift of clairvoyance? So before we begin, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, a like, and don't forget to subscribe. It's free, it would help you grow out. So let's get started. Okay. So basically, do you have the gift of clairvoyance? Oh, I'm going to be looking at the notes on my computer so I can, um, do that. So you see flashes of light and color. For me, I'm a highly clairvoyant person. I see flashes of light all the time. Usually that's how my angels communicate to me, is showing me flashes of light here and there and stuff. So do you see glittering lights, floating shadows? I see that too. Or colored dots in the air? I see that too. Stop thinking you're going crazy. Actually, far from it. You're just gifted. So floating orbs or colored dots in the spaces around you, shadows that seem like they're floating in the air, glittering or flashing lights in the space around you, movement of twinkling lights in the corner of your eyes. So if you experience any of that, you have clairvoyance. I saw shadowy floating orbs. I've seen glittering lights. I've seen flashes of lights. And it would only like show up for like a second and then disappear. And so I've experienced this my whole life. I really thought like I would go to my mom about it. She told me that, oh, it's my brain developing or whatever. I went to doctors about it. They said that, oh, they're just eye floaters. Like it's just the part. Sometimes your eye sees that. Got my eyes checked out. They said my eyes are perfectly fine. Nothing going on. Um, yeah, like I'm really like it's clairvoyance, you know. I even was seeing this flash of light in the corner of my eye that would just appear and then disappear. And I remember asking my angels, like, hey, like I keep seeing this light. Am I going crazy? Is my third eye? Like, is there something wrong? They said, like, oh, it's just heaven saying, like, you got this and that everything's working out. So I kept seeing it a lot. And this was new too, because it was really bright and it was like in the corner of my eye showing. And so I went to the doctors just to make sure like my eye wasn't going crazy. And so I was telling the doctors, the eye doctor, like, hey, this is going on. I'm seeing this big light in the corner, like on the edge of my eye on this eye. Just want to make sure like nothing's going wrong with my eye. Because at the time too, I was sleeping, I slept with my makeup on and I had glitter eyeshadow. On my eyelids, and I think some of the glitter got in my eye. So I was definitely scared and making sure it wasn't like a piece of glitter in my eye, that the light was reflecting off of it, and that's what was creating the light. So they definitely, but my angels kept telling me, saying, no, it's heaven. It's just heaven saying, you got this, stuff like that. So I went to the eye doctor and I got checked out, and I was telling them that. And I said, it's either that or, you know, I did tell him, I said, I am psychic and, this definitely runs in my family. So we all see stuff. So, I was just telling the doctor that. And then he was just totally not trying to hear that. He was just like, yeah, sure. So I was like, okay, well, so he examined my eyes and yeah, nothing, he couldn't find anything abnormal of my eyes or anything. So, and I was like, oh my God, my angels were right again. They were just, yeah. So it's definitely, and I did tell the doctor that too. I said, I do see spirits. I do see, you know, and well, I didn't tell him everything, but I did say I do see spirits and stuff. And I think it runs in it runs in my family. So he was just, yeah, he was a total skeptic. He was like, yeah, sure, so, but yeah, but he couldn't find anything abnormal with my eyes. So yeah. Um, Yep. And then also too, I would see like shadowy orbs floating and stuff. So like that is usually like your guides, your angels, or it could be like the fae, with you and stuff like that. So I definitely saw that. The next one is um clairvoyants tend to daydream a lot. I am definitely a daydreamer. I daydream 24/7 out of the day. when I'm in school and the teacher is lecturing, I would daydream all the time then. I'm just very imaginative and I definitely daydream. So you often wandering off into your own thoughts. Do you daydream and zone out many times a day? Do you frequently imagine things in your head, almost to the point that you're living inside of your head instead of out in the real world? If so, this can be a sign that you are clairvoyant. As this is extremely typical, it is because clairvoyance has to do with seeing and visualizing. Visualization is a huge part of that. That's why clairvoyant can imagine themselves in other situations. Such visualizations comes naturally to them. So definitely, I daydream. I definitely live inside my head. I daydream all the time. Visualization definitely works. And it's really funny because when I was in college, um, my chemistry professor, she would definitely talk about like the atoms and stuff like that and the elements and all that. And I remember after class she would reteach the whole lecture to me after class, and but she would draw them in pictures because that's how I learn, is by visual. I'm a visual learner, and pictures, that's for some reason. And also I'm a clairvoyant, so I when I do readings and stuff, I see pictures, I see videos, like I'm a very visual person. So definitely pictures, I'm very visual, very imaginative. I can see things. I see like situations in my mind and stuff like that. Um, so yeah, so definitely if you daydream a lot, that is a sign that you could be clairvoyant. So yeah. Um, the next one is you have frequent and or vivid dreams. This is really, when I saw this, you guys, I got really creeped out because for the last few months, I've been every night when I sleep, I been having very vivid dreams, to the point where it's very just clear as day, my dreams, because some people, when they dream and stuff, like their dreams, people don't tend to remember their dreams, or their dreams are very foggy, like it's kind of like they were there, but it's kind of like it was kind of like not very vivid. It was just kind of like a light dream or something. But these dreams that I've been having for the last 3 months have been very vivid, have been very like, it's just very clear, crystal clear, like as if I'm really like there. And that's been going on every single night, and it's just really crazy. So I definitely talked to my guides and angels, and I asked them, I said, hey, I've been having vivid dreams every single night. And this, to me, this is new, and this is something that I've been experiencing for the last like 3 months. I would have vivid dreams here and there, but not every single night. And I've been having them every single night, to the point where it's just like, I can't even tell if this is a dream or not. And it's like, when I wake up too, I remember everything that happened in that dream. And it's just and it's kind of scary too, because it's like in my dreams, it's always like someone like coming after me, or it's like, I don't know, danger, like, and it's vivid too. It's a vivid dream. So, and this has been happening a lot, especially like every night it's vivid. I mean, some parts of my dreams are cool, but then the other parts it's like scary. Like last night I had two men try to talk. Like I was sitting in my car and I was in Target, but my car was all the way like far away, like in the back in the parking lot. So like and these two guys in a truck pulled up next to me and tried to talk to me, but they were so sketch, like they were very sketchy. And I was sitting in my car and I had the door open, and they just pulled up, and their truck like scraped against my car, and their truck hit my knee, so I couldn't even like run or escape because I was in excruciating pain in my dream. And I was so scared, and I was like, oh my god, these guys are going to traffic me. Like, I'm just like, that's the type of vibe it was giving. And these men were very just up to no good, like, and so then eventually, because I was so scared, I woke myself up. So but it was so clear. Like I even, like me even just talking about it right now, like I can picture, like it was so clear as day, like in my dream. But um Yeah, so definitely it says I've found that clairvoyants are very visual people. Their sight is extremely active, even sleep. That's why you tend to experience frequent and or vivid dreams if you're clairvoyant. Sometimes these dreams may be visions or tell a story that provides insight in what is happening in real life. So, I did ask my angels, I said, am I clairvoyant? Or I'm sorry, am I clairvoyant? I asked them, I said, keep seeing vivid dreams. I don't, because I looked it up too online and they say vivid dreams can also happen if you're super stressed out and stuff. And I have been stressed out, but I mean, every single night, from stress, having vivid dreams, I think not. So, I did ask my angels. They told me that and this was like, they even told me this before I even saw like the signs of the clairvoyance and stuff. They said your third eye is open and you're highly clairvoyant. So you're a seer. And they said that my gift is, I can see through people very clearly. So they said that, you are a seer, you see. So of course, in your dreams you're going to see things clearer, clearly and stuff. So I was like, oh, okay, that makes so much sense. So yeah. um okay, so the next one is, you have a deep connection with beautiful things. Do you love going to a museum to look at beautiful art? Are you incredibly moved by sculptures, flowers, and other physical objects? Are you drawn to a career like graphic design or photography? You might assume that everyone does, but this isn't so. Some people are much more attracted to aesthetics than others. Some love art, while others couldn't care less about sculptures or visual representation. If you are clairvoyant, you tend to really appreciate the beautiful things in life and love creative hobbies like painting, drawing, or photography. That is really crazy because um, I love going to art museums. I think they are awesome. I remember in high school, we went to this one in Davis, California. It was called the Crocker Art Museum. And I definitely saw all this art, glitter art, sculptures. I absolutely love art. I just think it's just amazing. Art museums, I love it. Also too, I just went to my family member's house and I helped organize her house and put up these clocks that she wanted me to put up in her house. And she was telling me like, where do you think these should go? And I said, I think if you put it here, I was even hung up some picture frames where I think it would, and I was telling her like, I think you should put it there because it gives it more room, more space, you know. And after I got done like putting all her stuff up in her house, at the end of it, she was like, oh my God, Serenity, like, I love like how you did this house. Like, you should have you thought about being like a graphic designer? And I was like, to be honest, no, but like yeah, I know how to definitely like make, interior decorating and stuff. Like I think I'm pretty good at it. So that also too, I love to draw. In high school, I would draw all the time. Anything with art, I'm there. I love it. So definitely, if you like beautiful aesthetics and, beautiful art stuff and drawing or anything with the aesthetics of sight, that is a sign that you're clairvoyant. So yeah. So the next one is, clairvoyants can see auras and glowing lights around people. As a clairvoyant, you may see different color lights around people who you come into contact with at home, work, or public. These are the visual manifestations of auric fields, which are composed of electromagnetic energies. They contain a lot of information about people's lives and will help you understand how they are feeling. If you're not familiar with reading an aura, this exercise will help you. Let the person whose aura you're trying to read sit against a white background. Next, try to relax and let your eyes go out of focus, spirits. So with this, when I was in high school, I would see my teachers' auras all the time. Especially the high school that I went to, the whiteboard, it was not a chalkboard, it was a complete dry erase board and it was white. And in all the classrooms at every classroom at my high school, that it was just a gigantic white erase board. And so I would stare at my teachers and I would look at the edge of them, like the edge of like their shoulders, or like their head, mainly like their shoulders. I would look at the edge of them and then I was just kind of like gaze at them. and let my eyes like go out of focus, like, you know, like it said. And then all of a sudden I will start seeing colors radiating off of their shoulders or wherever I was kind of like just out of focus gazing at, you know, and I started seeing the colors. And a lot of like my teachers had like either a green aura, white aura, a blue aura. Um, I remember I saw my Spanish teacher, she had two auras on her. She was radiating like this. I think she had like this white aura, and then right here, she had this green aura. And so after class, I went up to her and I told her, I said, hey, I can see auras and I saw your aura and it was very weird. You had two auras on you. You had white radiating from your shoulders, and then I saw this green blob of this green energy. It was like a blob and it was like around like right here. And she said, oh, I think I know what she even said it too. She said, oh, that makes so much sense because my cat actually sleeps right here on my kind of like right, like the shoulder, in between the shoulder and your chest area. She's like, yeah, my cat sleeps like right here. So that's probably what you're seeing, picking up on. So I was like, oh, wow. Okay. So, and animals auras, I've seen my cats, my dogs, auras. Animal auras are usually green because they're naturally grounded to the earth. So their auras, every time I've seen my cats and dogs, like their auras is always radiating like a green color. So definitely auras are very real. I've seen it. So yeah. So if you see auras, you're definitely a clairvoyant for sure. Seeing colors and, you know, stuff like that. So the next one is you see things moving in the corner of your eye. Yeah, so definitely for me growing up, I've always, even to this day, I will sometimes see things like move in the corner of my eye, like a shadow or whatever, and then I'll look and then it's gone. You definitely saw some, it was definitely a being, a spirit or something there that just moved. So usually it's like your spirit guides. It could be an earthbound being, someone that had passed but has not passed on to the other side and they're like stuck. Usually that could be it. Or, you know, it could be your spirit guide, you know, just there saying, you know, trying to, oh, hey, let me get out the way, you know. It could be a number of things. So, yeah. So do you see things out in the corner of your eye to the point where you are actually double checking that you didn't just see someone? Definitely story of my life. If you do and find that there's nothing there, these might be an earthbound spirits floating around in space. Earthbound spirits are the mental or emotional bodies of deceased people who have not fully crossed over for some reason. Clairvoyants not only have the ability to see spirit guides, but in some cases also see earthbound spirits. So definitely for me, when I was in high school, I would see a lot of people that had passed and then they would be stuck and they would be following me because um, people that have passed and they are stuck in between our world and heaven, the spirit world, they are attracted to people that are psychic because it's kind of like we radiate a light and they're kind of like, I want to say like, you know how flies are attracted to like a light, bugs are attracted to a light. It's kind of like the same thing. They can tell who can see them and who can't. So, definitely when I was in high school, I didn't know anything about protection. I did not know how to protect myself. I did not know how to, you know, I didn't even know I was clairvoyant. So I didn't know why I was seeing them. It's because they were attracted to me and I was attracting them because I did not have my boundaries. I did not have I didn't shield myself. Didn't have any shields around me or anything like that. And so, yeah, so that's why I would see them all the time in high school. It's because they're attracted to people that can see them and stuff. So, yep. Um, The next one is a clairvoyant has a great sense of direction. So that's really interesting because for me, when I meet people, I immediately can see a vibe. I can even see kind of like what type of person they are when I meet them and stuff. And I can really see and predict, like, I don't think I'm going to get along with this person. And usually 9 times out of 10, I'm pretty much right. The other 110, every once in a great while, I'll be kind of like, oh, okay, this is like, I was sensing this, but this person kind of turned around and usually this person too can sense kind of how I feel. If I'm closed off, then they'll kind of like change the way that they act, like there was this girl, when I first met her, I was like, oh, I was like, I don't think, yeah, no, her energy, she's sucking my energy already. And I just met her. And so once I was like closed off, I think she picked up on it and then she ended up changing how she acted with me, so I was like, okay, so that's kind of like what I mean by like 9 times out of 10. So they'll end up like changing their ways. Like that one person out of 10 would change their ways and stuff. So to make me feel more comfortable because they can pick up on that. So should Siri ask you for directions instead of giving it to you? Do others see you as a human GPS? This might be another sign that you are clairvoyant, as you can see things in a way that others can't. Because of your strong visualization skills, travel can seem like a breeze. So like also another thing too, like when people will explain like their plan to me or like, hey, we're going to do this and then go this way. Usually sometimes like I'll just say like this isn't gonna work. Like I can already see the situation and I'm like, this isn't gonna work. I don't think, or if someone's dating someone, I can already see if this relationship is gonna work or not. I can just tell by like just like seeing the energy and just clearly I can clearly see the situation very clear versus someone if their third eye isn't open. But I also I can tell like too when someone is BSing me, like you can just tell, like I can just see through it. So that's definitely when you're clairvoyant, you can get a good sense of direction and stuff like that. So, so the last one is you see things moving in the corner. Oh wait, I'm sorry. This was like, that's not it. Okay. As a clairvoyant, you see how things fit together. So can you see in your mind's eye how something should be so that it works properly? Are you a master in solving difficult puzzles or complicated problems? Do you easily see how different pieces fit together while others are already struggling with it for hours? Many clairvoyants find they naturally understand how things and ideas link together. And again, this all comes back to how visual those with the gift of clairvoyance. This has to do with the fact that clairvoyance is strongly related to your visual senses. So if creative hobbies rock your world, it's a sign that you might be clairvoyant. So definitely when I was a kid, I really could really see how things work together, or I can just, like I would always tell people stuff and then a lot of people say, wow, you're really smart for like a 10-year-old, Like I went to go see like my aunt and uncle and I remember they were fighting a lot. They did not get along. And I remember my aunt saying, like, I don't understand what his problem is. Like, he's always mad. Like, no matter what I do, he's mad. And I was literally like 11 years old. And I just told her, I don't know why, but I blurted this out. Like, it just came out. It was super weird. And it's like, I didn't even really mean to say it, but it just came out. And I just said, well, I was like, well, you guys don't communicate. You guys don't even talk to each other, you know? And for an 11-year-old, like that's pretty, I don't know. I feel like that was pretty big. It was just one of those, like, even I'm kind of like, whoa, I can't believe I just said that. And then she kind of just was like, whoa, like taken back, like, because it was so true, And she was like a 30-year-old woman. Like, how do you not know that? So definitely that. And then also too, like, I don't know, like just looking at certain people, you can just get a vibe and just feel. You can just see, or like when I'm walking, like just like this path, like there's so many paths to get to my house when I would leave school. And I don't know, sometimes like I like to take different paths, just to change up like my routine so it won't become bland, like I keep going the same direction. And I don't know, like certain paths, like I'll just feel like, oh, maybe I shouldn't go down there today, and then like I can see like more down the road, like I see like some sketchy people like hanging out in the corner or something, like um you can really see and just see that kind of stuff and like see, like I don't know, like you can just Like when I look at something, I can just tell like I'm not gonna like it, or you know, or this is gonna work, you know, stuff like that. So, but these are kind of like all the tips that if like how to know if you're clairvoyant or not. So if you fall under any of those categories, there's a big chance that you are clairvoyant. So definitely, if you like this video, if it resonated with you, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, a like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay magical. Mwah.